Gracie, the government is saying that Kuki people are being helped by the Kuki terrorists by funding and by giving them arms. Is it true?
Well, let's talk about being a narco terrorist or whoever is funding. First, let's talk about the brand of being the Kukis being a poppy cultivators and Kuki being drugs abusers and Kuki being drug lords and well, I should say it did happen. Poppy cultivation did happen a few years ago, until in the year 2021. And personally, when he talks about all the whole population of the Kuki population who are into this, I would say I personally was working with the Samuk Bharat campaign with the disease office of Churachandpur. We had a series of awareness campaigns, a series of door-to-door campaigns. We threw pamphlets even in schools. We did a lot of awareness, and personally, and not just me. There's a lot of people who were against this. And when we say about poppy cultivation, are we talking about the cultivation? And yes, I will agree. We did sometimes back in the year 2021, like I said. But why do we cultivate? Because that's our only source of livelihood. And when you say we are concerned about our livelihood, the government facilities, schools, of course, a responsible mother and father would like their children to go to good schools. So where does that money comes from? And then look at the government schools, government college, the PDS, the supplies that is coming from the government side. It's not reaching the hills. That is how we have to find alternatives to enhance our livelihood. And yes, about this narco terrorism activities and all, uh, the narco terrorists giving arms. Let's talk about who are the narco terrorists actually. Who is funding our simple poppy cultivation? We are just cultivators. We cultivate poppy in the hills, our veg, and then the fruit of that poppy we are taking. And who is buying it? And who having the manufacturer? There's a lot of news going on about a lot of brown sugar factory being raided somewhere in the valley. I'm not talking about particularly which part, but it's very clear, And then recently, before like a few months back, our chief minister's own son and his nephew was also caught in the same thing. So when we talked about narco terrorists, Kuki being a narco terrorist, I'm not sure. Like I say, no, it is not. We are just being, we are just poppy cultivators. Like he always say, we used to. Like recently also we have visited few poppy cultivators who claim themselves that they are also they have cultivated poppy. So we visited their fields. Now that they are cultivating bananas, cauliflowers, and there are many stories like that. So there's a lot of people, and as we can see, it has almost like I can say 99.999% have stopped poppy cultivation.
What about the arms?
Arms, but what do you mean by?
During this crisis, the government is saying that arms are being used by Kuki to kill Meiteis, which are basically given by the Kuki terrorists.
Well, we have I personally have a single barrel in my house that is a licensed gun. So if at all they're trying to brand that as a supply from the Kuki narco terrorists, they would have I don't know. I have it my own, and I will deny to that statement.
You are also being labeled as illegal immigrants who have actually illegally come from Burma and now staying in India. So, what do you have to say about it?
See, my let's talk about the Indian National Army. It's in Moirang. The museum is in Moirang. Out of the 189 people, 188 people, 159 of the INA were Kukis. So Kukis, not just in the INA, they even fought the mighty British during the 1970s and 1919. And there's a lot of other stories like that. So you know, just I feel like, when you want to call, when you want to, like, slap someone, you just find a reason and then you just do that. I feel like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.